Well, this was a little moment. I decided I could come back on again just to show y'all little demonstrations of what I do. And I have felt better lately. Things have gotten calmer, nicer, back to work, been back to my places where I've been to socialize in life. And so a lot of that stuff just gotten so much better for me. And I kind of took a break from videos for a little while and just to kind of show y'all a few things, but it just so happened tonight I felt so inclined to come back on and record another one just to kind of show you all a little bit of what I do. And I've demonstrated before to you all how we've sewn the walruses, but this is a little time around I decided I'd come on and show you all just how I sew an elephant. And so, this is something where, as you see, we kind of, will use a blue for the outside of the body and a little black for the inside of the ear and the underside. So this is how the work will come along, and will make it come out a little nicer, and as for how this is going to work, I'd say, you can use either the blue thread or the black thread to sew the ear onto the head, but I'm going to use a little black because the ear is black, and maybe try to save a little blue for the rest of the elephant. So this is how we're going to come along. We're going to start with a little place in the middle right here, which is where we are going to start along and kind of make the little line, so it's going to kind of run right through. And as you see, we're going to sew along here, go right along the place where these two pieces of denim attach. And I tell you, I've got tough, strong hands, so I'm able to sew through this denim by hand. And it's kind of a sensory thing, that sometimes you just kind of like to have a little extra to do, just kind of have tougher materials to work with and tougher materials to work through. It kind of soothes you a little bit, and kind of the reason why I'd say that's kind of the reason why I kind of like to have challenges to my hands. This could be so hard for a lot of people to do, have such strong hands and long fingernails. I've been back to the gym and back to my weightlifting again, back to my cardio again, kind of taking little things into heart and into consideration. So as for this bit of work, this is where I'll come along now, try to make the line so it's going to be about equal to where it needs to be. And so we've come this far along, taken one side, and we're going to go around right to the other as well and sew the other way, kind of stitch it along, make it so it's going to be simple, easy to do, I'd say. And one day, some of this stuff could be a franchise. And I've been doing my new business orders lately for this year. Got a lot of new things to purchase that kind of are on my new account for my new taxes for the year, and that kind of being the reason why I went ahead and did little purchases of some things, and including the little tags with my niece's name on them, because her name is going to go on the stuffed animals in the new year, little Winnie pets as I call them. And this is the kind of thing where, with the work, how it comes along, it's just been off to a new good year and a new good start. But I'm here to tell you all, it's been kind of cold outside, so Haven't been going out much places in the evenings. Probably been going out to the gym a few nights to get my workouts in, but tonight didn't really feel like I had much need to feel like going out anywhere, so I decided that since I've wanted to start a video series on how I sew the elephant, I decided I would want to go ahead and get started on that, because that was the idea that came to me tonight when thought all this over, and how I kind of need to be resting tonight anyway. I've got a trip out to Frankfurt to make tomorrow. I've talked to the owner of a gallery out there, a little market that is out there. It's called Acme, but I forget what all the names are that it stands for. And so that's a place where we're going to come along. If I ever get the names in my memory, I'll tell you about it sometime. And you know, I was talking to the lady on there about getting my artwork in there, and maybe even written a little booth or a spot, and a little volunteering here and there. Is probably going to be some trips out there to go just to kind of set things up, but I've got plenty of old stuff in my inventory that I can set up there, and so that's how that's going to come along. Here we are, we're going to the other piece. This other side of the elephant and this other ear is going to be something which, when we go along about it, it's going to come out to the other side, and it's in the opposite direction. And I tell you, I keep pulling this thread too far. I've got to make sure I just get it right through in just the right place, and get it so it's going to line up just correctly, and see how we get along this way with it. Make it so it's going to come right through itself and show us a little ways of going in life, and about the little ways we do in life. I say, oh, this little work is just coming its way, making its way to us, and see, as we know, is just a thing that can matter itself to us. Oh, the things I've seen in social media lately, I tell you, is just a little time when we kind of got to get away for a while. Sometimes I miss the places I've been, but I tell you, I went out and bought some more butternut wood today, because that's one of the things I often carve, and there's a lot of pieces I make that I'd be needing that for. So that's kind of what the little work of the project has been today. I'm probably going to be carving a few more things out of that for some of the next shows I'm going to have, so that's how that needed to come along. And I'd say, yes, of this work, we've come this far. We've gotten to where we've gotten out to the edge of the ear here, and are coming back to the center again to get it to where it's going to be in the very right place here. I'd say, as for this particular step in the work, there's probably going to be a limit to go to, so it's going to be a little ways to take and little ways to go, and make it so we all see a little things that make it so life is wonderful to us. I say, as for this work coming along this way, make it so it's going to be strange. And I tell you that I had a mother out there buy an elephant for her little boy, Her older little boy wanted the pig, and her little boy she bought the elephant for wanted the walrus, but the walrus cost a little too much because it was so much more work. And I know I have recorded videos on here where I've demonstrated how I sew the walrus, so if you've seen those videos, you know about all the work that's involved in that. I think since we can kind of do 2 little pieces at a time, decide that at this point we're going to try to work on the ears of this other elephant too. Might keep a little conversation going with you all while we're going about this, because I say that, you know, it's been easier at work. We've had our dish machine working again. We've been back up in the dish room running it again, making it so it all just sounds, we all just get back to work, get back to always helping each other in all these ways we do. And you can see that it's just a little work that shall make us all see a little brightness in us, a little daylight in us. And I'd say, you know, work has been a part of my life, practically all my life, you know. It's just one of those things where we come about the little things in life. I've even been back in the coffee house at McLeod's and sewing up some little emoji pillows and having people there to see me do it. And some of the people there that aren't on my social media, I sort of have it there where I could just kind of like be able to show them the pictures on my tablet of where I have it all done. And I say, as for a little work to come this long way, we've got this. And so I've been kind of talking with the state revenue, trying to figure out how business goes, trying to figure out how income taxes work, how sales taxes work, and the things we try to know in life about what we try to see and what we try to do. And I tell you, you know, all the complications we face in life, because some of us, we just don't really understand everything about all we're doing, all we're getting into, but it comes down to where we just see that life will kind of take us to a place where there is so much more we will know and so much more we will do. And I'd say, as far as this little work is coming along, we've got a ways to work about this. We're kind of sewing in the place because I just used up the last of that last strand of thread I had, so it kind of did a little good just to kind of work our way around it and make it so it's going to shine its light into us and make us all see a little brighter days come into us. And I'd say that's kind of the reason why I'm starting over with a new strand now, and got to place it here where got to cut it off at the ear here, make it so it's going to be the best light unto us to know what kind of work this is going to be. We see that this little time in our lives, we work our ways about this, and so it's just one little ways we take little things in life and how it all goes. Had a few requests for some dogs carved from people like right before Christmas, and tried to come along on that. Lately my hands have been a little bit tired from all the carving I've been doing, so I've been taking little breaks from that. Had a couple scraps come out in a certain bird shape and did a little Google search to try to figure out what bird that would be, and ended up finding an Asian paradise flycatcher. So that was kind of what I got out of those. And you know, not so sure how it's going to be as far as what I do for anybody else with those, but it's going to be a little work where, as far as the little things come and go, it's going to match us up in life and make us all see how much better a little thing here and there can be when we just go working about it and all. And I say little things that happen in our lives, they make us all become good characters to each other and make us all practice goodwill to each other. And so I've got one more ear to sew onto one more piece, then that will probably be the end of the video. So we know we take these series just a little ways at a time, make it so we see a brighter future ahead of us. And so, oh, the work in life and all the things we do, may we all just see brighter days in this world and brighter nights and brighter times, and all the ways we work about the little ways we do, the things we do, and of all things we say, it's like, come on and say the words. I do need to tell you all little stories about hats here, you know. You all know when I get busy and overwhelmed and tired and stuff, it gets to the point where I start to kind of mislay things, forget where I put them. You don't see me wearing the hat you usually see me wearing when I do these videos, but I've laid it down somewhere and can't remember where I put it, can't find it. So I've got plenty of hats, and just decide, you know, I can always kind of bring out and wear the ones I have whenever I get a moment or a chance to do so. And you know, I'm just always happy that I have plenty of them, because they have to kind of go where you've got enough to go and make it so that you can always have a good one when you go anywhere. That's what I like about these things. And I say that for the work we're doing, how it's coming along, got a lot to say and a lot to see and a lot to do. It's going to be another year of adventures for me with all I'm out here doing with the artwork and the galleries and the stuff, and see how it all is going to measure up in time. And I'd say a lot of work makes us all see a little good in us all. I say it's all just the little things we come across that we see and we do. So I say we can kind of take these videos a little one step at a time, go about it the steps as we need to take them, and see how far it's going to go with us and take us through us. And in the little ways we do, we all know that life is going to come one way or the other to us. It's all going to make its way around us, and we will always see our numbered days in life, and our days are numbered upon the earth, and we never know when they're going to end. So I say that tomorrow is not promised to any of us. So there's some things I say life's a little too short not to do and to take into account. So it's just one of these things where we work and we do what we do. I'll tell you this now, it is getting about time for me to put everything away, to put all the work away, and try to get back to the work as soon as I can, as soon as it's possible. So as for a little time in our lives when we all see things just going our way, the work is here. The work is around to do. There's a lot of it to do each day, and we all know it and we all see it. So I'd come by to say that appreciate you all watching. Appreciate you all coming on to see the videos. Hope to share so much more with you as time progresses on, and that you'll have so much more to see as I have so much more to do. Goodbye for now.